Family, it's your favorite queer radio personality, Anna DeShawn, and this is Queer News Live. I'm so excited that we started this situation just a few weeks ago to bring queer news to you live every Monday at 7 o'clock Chicago time and Thursdays at noon. Okay, so catch you on the evening and maybe during your lunch break during the week because queer news is important to us right here at E3 Radio because we are queer news done right. Family, I'm so glad that you all are joining us tonight. And tonight is special because we get to have a couple of guests join us tonight. And we haven't had any guests on Monday night. So this is what it's all about. This is an opportunity for us to bring community to you, not just on Mondays at 9 a.m. Central when I drop the new episode every week for Queer News, but this is opportunity to come multiple times a week because Queer News is important. It's important to me. It's important to you if you're here. And there's so much going on in the community that you probably don't even know about. So, family, I'm excited to welcome Denise and Irby from the Newark Film Festival. Yes, the Newark LGBTQ Film Festival with us tonight. What's going on, y'all?
Hello.
Hey.
How y'all doing?
Hey, I'm so glad we could make this happen. Big shout out to Kathy Renner, okay? A friend of the show. Honestly, I think she's a friend to everybody.
She is.
Yeah, everybody loves Kathy. Mhm.
I think everybody loves Kathy. And to know Kathy, you know, you just know a good person, genuinely.
Absolutely.
Who's just been doing amazing work in the community for literally decades, not over exaggeration, probably an under exaggeration of the facts. And I'm excited that she brought us together. I know she's a huge supporter of the film festival. And so, family, I want to tell you who we got here. We got Denise. She is the president of the board of directors of the LGBT Community Center and director and co-founder, yes, of the Newark LGBTQ Film Festival. Welcome, Denise.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, and then we got Irby with us too. Irby is founder and CEO of Breathe Entertainment. And Irby was also the 2025 recipient of the Sakia Gunn Legacy Fellowship Grant. So what's going on, Irby? Welcome to the show.
What's up? Thank you. Pleasure to be here.
Yes, I'm glad both of y'all are here. And I'm glad we get to tell the good people about the film festival. Denise, I'll start with you. You co-founded it.
Yes.
Why was there such a need? Why did you want to start an LGBTQ film festival in Newark?
Well, the idea kind of came up way before the pandemic, but then, we had some time sitting around during the pandemic to think about how we could really bring something like this to life. And I think at the end of the day, Beatrice Simpkins and I really just wanted to bring something to Newark that was different, something that spoke to the creative souls of our people. And there was nothing like it in New Jersey. There was just, first of all, no film festival at all, but then creating a film festival that would elevate the voices of Black and Brown queer people, their stories and their creativity was something that we really thought would be special, because we have a lot of other things, but nothing like a film festival. So coming out of COVID, we had the opportunity to talk with some of our other partners, LGBT partners in the community, and they got excited about the idea as well. And they helped us form our first committee. And we just launched right into pulling together a festival that October. We started in the summer. I don't know how we did it, but we had the first one, and I thought I'd never do it again. And the Sunday that it ended, I was like, we're doing this again next year. And so we've been doing it now. This is our fourth year.
Every good thing started with a committee. Okay.
Yes,
a few dedicated people
Yeah.
who said we need this. And then some magic tends to happen. I love everything about that. I think we do an exceptional job of seeing a problem and finding a solution and feeling the need. So I love that. Here in Chicago, we have the Black Alphabet Film Festival, just doing the same exact work, and it's beautiful. We love it here in the city. Uh, and so I think film and the stories and seeing ourselves represented on a big screen is just so important. It's such an important part of
Absolutely.
culture and entertainment. Irby, you're a filmmaker.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
look for
through and through.
spaces. You look for spaces like what Denise and the team and the committee, okay, and the folks around the committee have created. What has the film festival meant to you?
It's meant everything because I've been in Jersey most of my life. Went to school, worked in Newark for like 15 years, something like that. And struggled to find a space for like-minded creators like myself to really make stuff and then present it in a professional way, where we know will be taken care of. Most people go to New York, to do stuff like that. So it was definitely a need for the Newark LGBTQ Film Festival here, and Newark has such a rich history in general of queer rights and liberation and Black protests. So it just made sense for us to have our own thing. So once I found out about it, it was a breath of fresh air. It came at the right time for me as a filmmaker. I just came out with my second short film, and I attended, and it felt so effortless, like seamless to like transition into this community that Denise has helped cultivate. So it's a blessing, truly.
And I really appreciate you bringing up the people just usually go to New York part, right?
Mhm.
I think we experience that a lot in where urban areas are, that people just expect that you would just go to the largest urban area, but you're like, maybe I don't have the money for that, maybe I don't have the resources for that, and sometimes I just want to do something at home. So
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
creating these types of spaces in places like Jersey is just so important. I
Mhm.
I want to just give people a rundown so you get an idea. Now, Denise said they just started this, but let me just tell you something. This festival is 4 days. Okay. Let me get this right. There's 35 short films, 5 feature films,
Yes.
2 Sakia Gunn Legacy Fellowship films, and then
Yeah.
4 special events.
That's right. We busy.
Yo, are you sleeping?
We don't sleep for months before, and we don't sleep through it. And then once it's over, it's like time to decompress. Yeah, it is. It is fun. It's exciting. It's nonstop. It's just all goodness, you know. I love everything about it. Um, well, I'll let you ask the questions.
No, I'm glad you love everything about it because it's a lot of work. Now tell me, how do you get down to how do you get to 5 features, 35
Yeah.
shorts? What's the
That's
process?
that's the hard part. Like we are on a platform that most filmmakers know about called Film Freeway. I learned about it that first year. I had never heard of it before, but filmmakers know that that's where you go if you want to enter a festival, and they look for the festivals that match their work, right? So queer folks know look for festivals that are, LGBT related.
Hmm.
And over the year, the 4 years, our numbers of entries have grown. So this year we're up to we received 162 submissions, and we have a selection committee that goes into Film Freeway. They watch all the films, they rate them, and then near the final date of submission, we come together as a committee, and we pick and choose the ones that are rated from a certain level to 10, between 1 and 10. And I think we had about 90 plus that were rated, like a 6.5 and up. And then from there we had to bring that down to about 50. And then from there, when you try to back your way into your schedule, we knew that we could only pick
Mhm.
40. And so we left a lot of films that we really wanted,
Wow.
in the festival. So we're now talking to folks about how they can help us get a virtual platform to show some of the other movies that didn't get in. But it's really hard. It's really, really hard. We fight over movies, you know.
That's
Yeah.
incredible.
Yeah.
Now, can you tell? Well, I also think what I think is also really special about this, before I move on, is that I don't think everybody knows just how many films are out here telling the stories of LGBTQ people.
Exactly. Exactly. And we have international films as well. So that kind of makes it a little difficult because we really want to elevate our local filmmakers, but there's so many good important stories coming out of Africa, Brazil, Argentina, um, Pakistan. I mean, you just wouldn't believe it. And those stories are, you know, some of them are really gut wrenching because it's illegal in some of those countries to be part of our community. And they're taking such risks to make the films and to be in them. So those stories really get you. Um, so yeah, it's a lot to be a part of that rating, and it's hard to say no to people. And I get a lot of emails when we do the rejections, and I say to people, like, if there's a way that I can get your film, you know, out there, we're gonna continue to work with you. And even some of the films that get picked, there's nowhere else for them to go. So during the year, we try to find places that we can show some of the films. We shared our films with the permission of the filmmakers to groups in Provincetown, Cape Cod, and Oakland, California. They just had a, a festival for young people, and we shared 3 or 4 films there. So these films will continue to, you know, be seen. Otherwise, they, like I said, they go on the shelf and nobody sees them.
Mhm.
Let me
Can I
tell
just?
you, y'all doing that extra work is pretty incredible. Irby, what do you think?
I was gonna add, piggyback off of that in regards to uh, how. Well, I guess two things. How important I think it is to showcase films from outside the country or even outside of Newark, because I love international films and like really branching out our perspective a little bit more, and hearing from other people, getting inspiration from other people. Sometimes other countries galvanize us into action, into getting things done.
Mm-hmm.
But as a filmmaker, you learn so much by how other people tell stories. A lot of Nigerian stories are told differently from what your traditional Western Hollywood stories are told. So you learn from each other, and that's a beautiful thing with film festivals specifically, but with Newark, LGBTQ, seeing Black-led stories told by people from all over the world is just so inspiring. And the second thing I would say is uh, something I've appreciated with Denise is the fact that she has advocated for me in other rooms. Like actually put my name out there and my film out there, and and invite me to places, and that just means the world. So there's so much support.
So much support. I mean, this is what we do, and I think we do it so well,
Absolutely.
right?
Absolutely.
Denise, I'm interested in the Sakia Gunn Legacy Fellowship, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's beautiful the way in which you all continue to uplift her name
Yes.
in Newark, and ensuring that no one ever forgets Sakia Gunn. So I would love to hear more about the fellowship grant.
Yeah, I get goosebumps when I hear her name. Like we just saying that, I got little chills. Um, someone I never knew, someone I never met. And but her story like touches the hearts of so many people. Her cousin who was with her the day she was murdered is very, very invested and involved in this project, right? And for us at the LGBT Community Center, we know that we don't exist without Sakia Gunn. If not for her, our community center wouldn't exist, and so many other queer spaces in Newark would not exist. And so we want to make sure we find ways to bring her to life, and so that our young people, and I think that's the beauty also of what we do, is that this is an intergenerational experience. You know, we have a film by a 17-year-old queer woman, and we have films going up the age groups, and we have people coming in, seniors, you know, young people. We go to high schools, we go to colleges. So it's important for us to make sure that her legacy continues throughout the years. And the fact that we can offer this $7,000 this year, we went up 2,000, Irby, sorry.
Irby, you missed it by a year, friend.
We missed it by a year. We went
Well,
up
oh,
2,000
good for
this
them.
year because we know what it takes for them to make the movies. And we do a big shout out to the Community Media Center at Express Newark, who also supports this by offering mentorship by a seasoned filmmaker, as well as all the equipment and space that the young people, the legacy fellows need. And so we offer them the opportunity to create that film over the course of 3 to 4 months. And then the films are premiered to fellows. Those films are premiered on Saturday night. They get prime time in the festival, and they, you know, they can bring their entourage, their family, their friends, and their films get shown to the world on that night. And folks like Irby, but I say almost every fellow that we've done now in 3 years, they've really been able to showcase their films all over the world. I mean, Irby's film just showcased in London. So, you know, we feel really proud to be a small part in their futures, in terms of launching this. And this year we had 25 applications. So the word is out there. People are, you know, really coming forward with their work and doing amazing stuff. It's hard, another hard thing to pick 2 people out of 25 good applicants, you know?
Absolutely. So, Irby, you have to tell me about your process. So, you were an awardee last year. So, you made your film, and this grant helped you to make it a real thing?
Yeah, tangible. It started off with my writing partner and business partner, Michaela Carton, who wrote this draft for a film, a short film, focusing on Black trans women who is coming to terms with um, where she thinks she wants to go after a bad breakup. And, you know, just reeling from the pain of it and just wanting to open up her heart again. And this was during a moment in Micah's life, Michaela's life, where, you know, she was transitioning and starting to date, and the struggles of finding like how to maneuver this, any real life tangible films, or, you know, people talking about their experience in an authentic way. She was struggling to find something that she can latch on to that felt like her. So she wanted to make it. And so she put it to the side, and then I got reached out to a few folks, honestly, to apply for the grant. And it just felt like perfect timing. And Micah and I rewrote everything basically from scratch for the movie. And we made the movie. We got $5,000, which honestly, like, it just goes by so fast. It really does. So we really had to, like, guerrilla filmmaking style, like, the whole thing. And we got a great group of people. I'm so grateful for our crew, our cast, which did consist of, you know, old time friends that I've been working with on and off for years now, that are based in Newark, or North Jersey. And so we were just eager to, you know, sink our teeth into something, you know, that has some funding, that we could actually express ourselves the way we wanted to. And it was just a beautiful experience. the legacy of Sakia Gunn was something that we definitely honed in on and wanted to make sure that it led into everything that we did. And it humbled us. It connected us. We were able to get Valencia and Gail, two of the family members to come on as cast members, and that was just so exciting. Just seeing them on set and interacting with people just brought so much joy, and just made it more tangible that this like Sakia Gunn's legacy is literally being carried on by this grant. And it was just a beautiful experience. We had support through and through the whole time, and even after it was all said and done.
And how was it to premiere your film in such a beautiful atmosphere? Was that the first time you had that experience, or was? I'd love to hear about that.
It wasn't the first time I've premiered. I've screened at festivals before. I haven't had a premiere though at a festival, so that was a unique experience, and it was my directorial debut. So that made it even more special. It was just it fell into place beautifully.
And Denise, I would love to hear more about these special events, okay? Because I feel like the festival is a party already, but y'all say no, we've got 4 special events too.
Yes. Well, we usually do an opening night reception. We have a couple of speakers, but it's all about the food and cocktails and just, people cutting up a little bit before people come on the red carpet and get their pictures taken, get interviewed. I think that because we are late April, early May, people haven't been out and about in the way that they do when it gets warm in New York. I mean, it's probably New York and New Jersey. It's probably similar to Chicago. So people come out with their, their outfits and stuff, and they walk the red carpet, and we show a really grand movie. This year we'll be showing on opening night a short, which is Two Black Boys in Paradise. It just won a BAFTA award in London.
Okay.
And then we are showing I Was Born This Way, the story of Carl Bean, who sang that song. It's still out there in house music today.
Absolutely.
And he started Unity Fellowship Church, which lives in in Newark. One of the congregations is in Newark. So we're really excited to bring that to Newark. So that's Thursday night. Friday night, same thing. We start with, a little party, get people warmed up, get them into the movies. And then Saturday is just an all-day affair. We have filmmakers luncheon, which is really a networking opportunity for filmmakers and friends to come in. This year we have a panel of some film experts who will talk about their work and resources for the filmmakers. And, drag queens in the afternoon. I mean, we just got a little bit. Throw everything in there.
What's an LGBTQ festival without a queen? Or what I'm saying?
We throw everything in there.
I mean, what are we doing if we're not doing that?
Exactly. And this year we have 15 to 20 jurors who are experts in the trade of filmmaking, directing, producing, and they have lined up and signed up to look at different areas of films that were submitted that got selected, and they are creating 3 major awards that we will be giving out. So this is really the first year that we're doing that outside of the selection committee. This is a whole set of jurors who come together because they want to do this work, and they're going to be doing selection. So we're really excited about that as well, to be able to give out these awards.
I love this. There's films, there's parties, there's red carpets. I feel like with red carpets come lights and photographers. I feel like y'all do it big. And what we often don't get is that feeling of what we're doing is so important.
Yes.
Sometimes you feel like we're working on a budget, it's not what I want
Mhm.
it to be.
Yeah.
But it feels like you make people feel like you made it.
Yes.
You made our film
Yes.
festival, you have made it. And sometimes that's all creators need is to feel seen,
Yes.
honestly.
Yes.
Irby, if there's somebody out there tuning in and they're like, I think I want to go, but I don't know, what would you tell the good people
Oh,
about
come
why
on!
they
It's a
should
good
do it?
time. It's a good time. We need community. If you're a filmmaker, if you're a film lover, if you want to support Black art, independent Black art, come and show out, and it means the world to the filmmakers that are there because it's a nerve-wracking thing. It's nerve-wracking when you're presenting your stuff. So you want to be in community with people and to just enjoy yourself. It feels like a cookout, low key, when I went. But yeah, come and have a good time. Truly.
That's it. Ain't nothing like a cookout, okay?
Okay. Okay.
I think you didn't let it. I think you made it very clear as to
Yeah.
why people should tap in. Denise just told us why, okay? And I didn't have the URL scrolling this whole
I
time.
see that.
I see it.
This is
Yeah.
the website. Get
Yeah.
the information. Get a ticket. Tell a friend. Um, I always one of my things I've been sharing with folks this year is that we have to support and protect our organizations. This is the time we protect
Yes.
the organizations and the people out here doing the work for us and on our behalf. And I think this is absolutely beautiful. Denise and Irby, thank you so much for joining me on the show.
Thank you.
You.
Thank you so much.
This was
This was just what we needed.
yes, lovely. Thank you so much.
No, truly, thank you, family. This is what you need to do. Go to the film festival website. I'm gonna make it scroll again, okay? Make it scroll again so you can see it. I want you to go visit it, okay? And when you get there, make sure you say hi to Denise and you say hi to Irving. You got it? Deal? Deal. I love having guests on the show who are doing such amazing work in the community. We hear about the bad news. Bad news travels real fast. Oftentimes we don't hear about the good things happening in our community. I got to thank Kathy again for connecting all of us together. She is the ultimate connector of connectors. Okay. And she brought us together, and I'm so glad she did. We're going to run this interview back on the Queer News podcast. You're actually going to be able to see it here on our E3 radio feed as well, because that's what we do. That's what we do. Because you might have missed it now, but you're going to see it later. Okay. You're going to watch the rerun, and I love it because you love some Black queer representation. I know you do. I know you do. And you're going to love what they're doing in Newark with this LGBTQ film festival. So, family, you know what it's time to do. It's time to get into our top queer news stories from this week. If you haven't listened to the podcast just yet, it's okay. I ain't mad at you. All right. It's all good. It's going to be waiting on you in just a little bit. But what was so lovely about today's episode is that it was straight up all good news. All good political news. And that makes me happy. Have y'all seen this video?
Over. Day 40 is now complete. It is sine die. It is done. It is now 1 o'clock in the morning. I am very tired because none of the 15 anti-LGBTQ bills that were introduced have passed, so that's cool.
That is cool. Okay. That was Erin Baker Joy. You can see her TikTok right there. Okay. And she's talking about Georgia. She is talking about the state of Georgia. They introduced 15 anti-LGBTQ bills this legislative session, and not one of them passed. That doesn't happen on accident. It doesn't happen in a vacuum. It's because of advocates. It's because of lobbyists. Okay. We got lobbyists too. Okay. It's because of the advocates who make their way down to wherever the state capital is. Okay. and they did it. This is what I'm talking about. There are good things happening for the queers out here. All right. Now, is there a lot of bad things? Mm-hmm. Does it feel like we're living in a hellscape? Mm-hmm. Yes. And there are people working on our behalf in these legislative bodies. And Georgia wasn't alone. Georgia was not alone. Wisconsin, too. Okay. Wisconsin as well. Wisconsin, let me get this right. Remove this one. Me and StreamYard be having a fight. Me and StreamYard be fighting. All right, there we go. But Georgia wasn't the only one, Wisconsin as well. And what I love about Wisconsin is that governor, he tells you exactly what he's feeling every single time he gets a chance. And I really want to just read his quote real quick, because this is what we need out of politicians that we elect. He said, and his name is Tony Evers. All right, Governor Tony Evers. He said, "My promise has always been that I will veto any bill that makes Wisconsin a less safe, less inclusive, and less welcoming place for LGBTQ people and kids. It has been my honor to keep that promise over the course of 2 terms as governor." Yeah. And he said he gonna keep doing it, and he gonna keep vetoing. And in Wisconsin, you need 2/3 majority to even try to override a veto. So they don't even got that. So guess what? It just is what it is. So once again, so Georgia, no anti-LGBTQ bills were passed. Wisconsin, no anti-LGBTQ bills were passed. And you know what other state? Kentucky. Can you believe that? They tried to pass an anti-trans piece of legislation this past week, HB 759, and it was so garbage. You know, that's the thing about these bills. They're just so convoluted. They're so vague intentionally so that they can just try to run amok. And this was another one of those bills. The idea was to invoke some past legislation from like 1987 that talks about teachers and getting their certification. So the whole idea was to not allow trans folks to actually be teachers in their schools. Like that's what this Republican legislator wanted to do. State Senator Jex Williams. Yeah, his name is Jex. Gex. That's his name. Okay. And he came up with this piece of legislation. And the idea here is that they were going to say that trans folks aren't mentally stable, basically, to be able to teach kids. And so they have to undergo these tests and these invasive procedures. And it's just really ridiculous. And literally everybody in Kentucky saw it was ridiculous that they didn't even make it to the Senate. It also got deadened. Okay, vetoed. Didn't go past go. And we love to see it. We love to see it. So it's very rare on the podcast that I get to share 3 different political stories and all 3 of them be good. And so today was a win. I even think I have a picture of a win. Wait, this is them winning right there. They're winning. They're very happy about it. And I'm happy about it. And I'm happy to be able to tell y'all about it, because sometimes it feels like nothing good is happening, but I'm letting y'all know some good is happening. And the small wins matter. Small wins matter. All right. Now, another thing, a couple stories I shared on today's episode in culture and entertainment. This was a great story to share because there's a new lesbian owned restaurant that just opened here in Chicago called Fathom. And the owners of Dorothy is another lesbian establishment that they have built and created. And now 3 or 4 years later, after opening Dorothy, they've opened Fathom. It was packed all weekend during opening weekend. I saw a story that said that at one point the line was out the door and around the corner to get in. And it's meant to be that bar you can come to in the neighborhood. And they're telling everybody it is specifically for the queers and it's specifically for the lesbians. And if the straights want to come in, you are welcome. But we want you to know this space is for the queers and it's for the lesbians. And we love it. Big congratulations to Whitney and Zoe. I don't know if y'all know about this podcast. It was called Cruising. And a couple of lesbians went across the country going to lesbian bars. And they premiered this podcast about 3 or 4 years ago. And since they did, there has been such a resurgence of lesbian bars across the country, whether it's sports bars, right, that are only playing women's sports, or women owners opening these bars. I mean, in Chicago alone, there has been a resurgence. There's a new women-owned sports bar opening in just a month or 2. We've already got Nobody's Darling up on the north side. These owners, Whitney and Zoe, they already own Dorothy. Now they opening up Fathom. I see a trend. I see a trend and I like it. And with Lesbian Visibility Week coming up next week, you know, I feel like maybe there's a highlight that we're going to do on the show of this, because we should be going to places that not only welcome us, but affirm us, that want us there, where you feel comfortable holding hands with whomever you with. And I think it's really, really important for us to have these spaces again. Yeah, I love this for us. So family, if you're in Chicago, 1622 West Belmont, okay, go check out Fathom, check out the hours. They're opening at 5:00 daily, and they're going to expand the hours, once they get all the kinks out and get everything right. But we love to see this here in Chicago. And then the next story I was so excited to share is about Avery R. Young's newest show that I can't wait to see this weekend. Okay, if you don't know who Avery R. Young is, he is the inaugural Chicago Poet Laureate. He is also a 2023 Chicago LGBTQ Hall of Fame inductee. He's also just a really dope human being, a powerful artist, a powerful poet, an amazing singer. And he has composed an opera. The Lyric Opera came to him and said, "You got something that we can do?" And he said, "Yeah, I do." And it's going to be so powerful. I just know it is. I've seen the promotions. I know Avery, and what he does, he always does with intention. And this is a story about the Great Migration. It's the story of his family. It's the story of living in the North and then going down South to bury a loved one. It is about the dissonance of all of that. And it's so relatable to so many of us, especially if you live in Chicago. Your people most likely came from somewhere in the South, or your people's people. Somebody it's like 1 degree of separation when we start to have these types of conversations. And now he's performing this. It's the world premiere at the Lyric. Incredible. It's nothing like this has ever been seen. And so I'm excited for him. I'm excited to share this with y'all. And tickets are on sale right now. There are still tickets available. I got my ticket for Saturday. Okay, I'm going on the 18th. And I cannot wait to see this blackity black show at the Lyric Opera. Come on now, you can't tell me what we can't do. Okay, congratulations, Avery. Congratulations. Let's see what's going on in the comments. He's so talented. He is so talented, and he really, truly is. And I'm just so happy to know him. Okay. And I think I want to also play for y'all. I want to upload this video right quick. This week's episode, I also opened with a clip from Billy Porter. So Billy Porter received an award from the National Action Network. It was their 35th convention, and he received the President's Award. And during his award speech, okay, he provided 6 points that he wanted the Democratic Party to know about. Okay, he had 6 points, and what he had to say was just so powerful. It was so impactful. I watched it more than once. Okay, and every time I watched, I said, I got to share this. I can't keep this to myself. And so I want to really play this for y'all. I did not edit this. I didn't know I was going to do this. But before we get out of here, sometimes it don't got to be perfect. But I really want y'all to see what he had to say. Because if you've seen some of his recent interviews, you'll know that he just survived like a near-death scare due to a sepsis infection. And he basically died, and he was in a coma for 3 days, and they brought him back to life. And when I saw this video, I was like, that looks like Billy Porter. That looks like Billy Porter. And it feels like he is on fire for life. So let me upload this. It's not going to be perfect, but I think it's powerful enough to turn it on. So let's see.
Stop taking a bag of popcorn to a gunfight. Please, I beg of you all. Use the power and influence you built all these years to pass the torch to the next generation of progressive leaders who have the tools and the courage to meet this moment. What are y'all doing? 2, enact term limits for all of Congress and that damn plastic Supreme said, hope requires truth. Joy is resistance, and love is an action. Now, let's use our collective rage and go in on these bitches with some tough love. Open up a can of blue bags at the polls come November and take our country back. Period.
Tell me we don't need that type of energy right now. Tell me we don't need that type of energy in this moment. I saw that clip and I said, that's the word for this week. I end every podcast episode with Anna's word. And I didn't need the words. Billy Porter had all the words. Okay. All the words. Ann's Dew says the corporate Democrats need to hire him as a campaign consultant. Clearly. Okay. He had a 6-point plan. A 6-point plan that I support. 150%. That's the type of passion, the type of anger that we need in this moment from celebrities, people who have bigger platforms like he does, to speak truth to power in that way in this moment. That's what we need. I love it. I loved it. I loved it. Family, it's been a good time tonight. Yes. Thank you to the Newark LGBTQ Film Festival for coming on. Denise and Irby, appreciate you. Kathy, thank you for connecting us. And family, if you want to hear more of these stories, you got to tap into the Queer News Podcast every Monday morning, all right? Now, we're going to be back Thursday afternoon, so catch us there, all right? Right here on Queer News Live. We're having a good time out here on YouTube, in these YouTube streets. Thank y'all so much. You know who we are. We are Queer News Done Right. Peace.